Hi, I'm Scott Treppel from Siegel Auction Galleries, and today we're going to talk about a collection of stamps and covers put together by Dr. George Haikel. The Haikel collection will be sold by Siegel on Tuesday, November 12th. That's coming right up. And it contains 143 lots of beautiful and rare stamps and covers. Today, I'm just going to talk about a few of the 143 lots in this sale, and I'd like to start with the 1847 issue. And when stamps were issued in 1847, it was the beginning of the postage stamp in the United States. And at some post offices, they were cutting them in half to use on letters for a 5-cent rate. So a 10-cent stamp would be cut in half, put on a letter to pay the 5 cents. Some post offices accepted it, most did in fact, and others didn't. The Haikel collection contains 2 covers, which are actually a pair of covers and will be offered together. What makes these 2 covers so special is that the 2 halves of the stamps, what we call bisects, come from the same stamp. We call them matching pairs. Now, these 2 covers come from the Evans correspondence, also known as the Gardner, Maine correspondence, because it comes from Gardner, Maine's post office. Now, if you look closely at the detail here, what we've done with Photoshop is matched up the 2 halves of the same stamp from the 2 different envelopes. And you can see how they form one complete stamp. There are only 6 matching pairs of 10-cent 1847 bisects. One pair is of a stamp cut vertically. Another pair is from a different correspondence that comes with pen cancels. There are 4 pairs of Gardner, Maine bisect covers, but one pair is in a museum in Switzerland, so it's never going to be available. That leaves 3 for collectors, and the pair that we have in this sale on November 12th from the Haikel collection is in superb condition. We estimate it will bring between $30,000 and $40,000. Dr. Haikel collected many different things, and he particularly liked fancy cancellations. Now, fancy cancels were cut from boxwood or cork. They became very popular in the 1860s. There are a few that were created before the 1860, and perhaps the most famous one is the Fairhaven, Connecticut, used and done for. And when you look at the detail of this cancel, there's no question, the stamp was used and done for. The most famous fancy cancels are the ones from Waterbury, Connecticut, that were carved by Postmaster John Hill. Now, John Hill created a lot of different cancellations, sometimes celebrating events or times of the year. In August of 1866, he carved the fish cancellation, and as he testified years later, he was celebrating fishing season. One of the rarest cancels is also a bit terrifying. It was carved by the postmaster in Union Mills, Pennsylvania, in western Pennsylvania, and it shows a skull and crossbones and the letters KKK for the Ku Klux Klan. And we believe that this postmaster was a member of the Klan. Now, in addition to covers, Dr. Haikel liked stamps, and he bought some beautiful, high-quality, high-grade stamps. 3 outstanding stamps in his collection are $2, $4, and $5 Colombians. And they're all in the top 5 or 6 of their kind in the grading world. So we have a $2 graded XF Superb 95, a $4 also graded XF Superb 95, and the $5 graded XF 90. All 3 in mint never hinged condition. They are, as I said, in the top 5 or 6 of their class, and bidding for them will be very intense because everybody wants the best of anything. Dr. Haikel also liked errors. And by errors, I mean stamps with misprinting or perforations missing. Perhaps the most famous error in U.S. philately after the inverted jenny is the missing red cross error. And this stamp was issued in 1931 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the founding of the Red Cross by Clara Barton. The design of the stamp was based on a poster by Earl Foranger, which he titled The Greatest Mother in the World. And the missing red cross, it occurred when a foldover in the paper on the printing press caused the red cross to be printed on the back of the sheet selvage in the margin of the sheet instead of on the stamp itself. Now, only one error has ever been discovered. It was found in 1931, in a post office in Mississippi. And to give you an idea of how rare and famous this Red Cross error stamp is, in 1954, just 23 years after it was discovered, Life magazine put out a special edition with photos of the world's rarest stamps. And they showed the missing Red Cross error block that we'll be offering in a spread right next to the inverted Jenny block and other great rarities of philately. There are so many different kinds of stamps in the Haikel collection. There are even Hawaiian stamps, and he bought 2 Hawaiian missionaries, which are the stamps issued in the 1850s, and we call them missionaries because they were typically used on mail addressed back home by missionaries on the islands to their families on the East Coast. Now, Dr. Heikel's 13-cent missionary is incredible. The condition is, I think it's the finest one known. It was once in the Kasperi collection, it was also in the Ishikawa collection, and Ishikawa consigned it to our 1993 Rarities of the World sale, and that's when Dr. Haikel bought it. So for the first time in 32 years, this incredible, superb 13-cent Hawaiian missionary will be coming back on the market. There are really so many beautiful and rare stamps in Dr. Heikel's collection. I could go on for hours talking about them. The sale is on Tuesday, November 12th. That's coming up soon. Everything can be seen on SiegelAuctions.com. The descriptions, photos, and you can arrange to bid. And I wish you all success in bidding and buying. Whatever you get in this auction will be something you'll be happy to have.